Hey guys, what's going on? So, this is just the English version of the video I released yesterday. So, basically, it's about a few tips for Stalker 2 for, beginners to start the game and have some early easier time, let's put it like that, because Stalker can be quite a difficult game, especially if you didn't play the previous entries. So, let's get into it. So the first tip is always travel as light as possible. So Stalker 2 relies a lot on movement. You're gonna be moving towards the map a lot. The locations are very far from each other. Stalker 2 is massive. It's much bigger than the previous entries. So you're gonna be walking around a lot, and not only takes a lot of time to get to different locations, you also need to be very mindful of everything that you're carrying, so you won't be, you know, very moving very slowly, and that will cause you a lot of troubles if you do that, especially during some gunfights when you have to run to get to cover and to hide from grenades and all of that. So if you're slow, you're gonna get shots a lot more, and you're gonna have a very hard time. And even worse, fighting mutants. Mutants are extremely agile in this game, so if they come at you, and you can't really run as fast as they do, you're gonna get hit a lot, especially from dogs and chimeras. Yeah, I guess chimeras you have no chance if you're very heavy. You're definitely gonna die very easily to chimeras. So very important tip, and not to mention the bloodsuckers. They already are very difficult to spot around. So, and if they get behind you and you can't move away from them, you're definitely gonna get hit a lot and die very quickly. So be mindful of that, and always carry energy drinks as well to help you out with the stamina. And yeah, basically that's it. So the next tip is about carrying at least three primary weapons, because you're gonna need them a lot of variety to face the different types of enemies you have in the zone, especially the mutants. They actually require you to have the different variety of weapons, because they can be really hard to hit, especially the dogs, which are very fast, and the bloodsuckers you that they just will get behind you and attack you from different directions. So yeah, I would say primarily always carry some type of shotgun. The shotguns are very effective against mutants. If you face against a boar, you just hit them hard in the face with a nice shotgun shell, and they will drop very quickly. And also, the shotgun can also be very effective against the bloodsuckers, since they have a really small window of opportunity for you to attack you. You have to be aware of that, and then if you just land a few good shotgun hits, they probably will drop very fast. The other one is always, for me, of course, is my opinion. I would say the assault rifles are perfect for medium range combat, especially against other stalkers. They provide very good aiming, and also accuracy. So and on top of that, very good firepower and a good fire rate. So it's always good to have an assault rifle ready, and of course fully repaired in your backpack. It always come in handy of taking out stalkers hitting difficult spots. And also they can be very effective against mutants as well, almost as the shotgun, especially if you have a little bit of distance between you and the mutants. So I would say definitely also the assault rifles are a very good pick for you to carry around the zone. And the last one, I would say also always carry one type of sniper rifle, because sometimes you're gonna get some stalkers, enemy stalkers, really far away from you, maybe hidden in some tower or in some very difficult place when you can barely see them. And sometimes they're inside factories and there's a lot of windows and you can't see properly and there is some protection. And for you to land hits, even with the assault rifles, you can have a little bit of a hard time. So if you have an assault rifle right in your hand, that'll definitely come in handy. And a sniper rifle with a good zoom. You can just zoom in and land one good shot and just drop them very fast. So definitely a great pick. It can be a little bit harder to use them against mutants depending where you are, the location, and if they come in packs, you're gonna have a difficult time just landing the shots because you need to reload the weapon usually. So, but yeah, for long distance, always it's good to have an assault rifle in your backpack. Oh yeah, and on top of that, don't forget to always carry an additional sidearm. Um, you know, other than Skiff's pistol that you're given in the beginning of the game, which by the way is also very important to always have some extra ammo for her, because she can save you in very difficult situations, especially against Beerus, the mutant Beerus, which can remove your weapons and drop them in the ground or use the gas tube. He cannot ever take Skiff's pistol, right? So he's very effective against him. If you need a weapon to fight him, you can always use Skiff pistol. But other than that, always carry an additional pistol, when you're run out of bullets and you don't have enough time to reload in a shootout or against a mutant. So maybe you just need to give him some extra rounds to kill someone. So your sidearm is always can save your life in tight situations. All right, the next one is always carry radiation medicine, because in this game you always gonna end up in areas with a lot of radiation going on. So yeah, be very mindful of that, because radiation works very different in Stalker 2. It's very different from previous games where you would get infected with radiation and that eventually would start to consume and drop your health until you die. But it was slow, very slow, so there was time for you to actually look for a doctor or just run around and find radiation medicine, or even just use the good old vodka to cure that. So yeah, in this game it's basically if your radiation matter it gets to the full, you're dead. Instantly dead. So personally, I don't like that. I think that's very realistic, and that doesn't even make any sense. It just kills you right there in the spot. So I don't know. I don't like it. I think they could actually update that and change it in the way it works right now. I don't think it's fun, because you're gonna notice as you are playing the game, especially in areas with a lot of vehicles, and you're gonna have to run behind them to get to cover, especially in a shootout. So, and you're gonna see that around vehicles the radiation is always very strong. So that's gonna fill up your meter very fast, and so on top of that, you're running from bullets. You're getting shoot from every corner, And also they're tossing grenades at you, and then you have to run away, and then you see cover behind a vehicle or anything. That's sometimes all there is there, and you're gonna feel your radiation. You're gonna start to get a lot of radiation on you, so and that can just kills you right away. So that's a really really difficult thing to deal with. So always have your anti-reds. You can loot them around in the map, or you can just carry bottles of vodka, which is also very effective. Much more effective than beer and water, which is almost useless in the game. They just remove very tiny amounts of radiation. I would recommend you to sell them, but definitely always keep the vodka, and also the anti-red drugs. They are very very good. Oh yeah, and by the way, also on top of all of that I mentioned, you since the map is huge, a lot of times you're gonna try and just cut right through, a shortcut or somewhere else just to get to one point to the other, and you won't be notice any signs or anything, and you're just gonna end up in areas that are filled with radiation. So yeah, that can also kill you very fast. Or if you just gonna get in the water, or a little bit of some puddles of water, and they're also filled with radiation that can really just get your bar really really high and instant kill you. So yeah, I would definitely recommend to always have a lot of radiation um, medicine with you. All right, the next one is very simple. Explore everything and every single stash that you can find in the map, because not only can also you always can find some very very good items, or you can just find very good stuff like medicine or ammunition, or even anti-red drugs as well. So yeah, always check every single corner of the map. Every time you're going on a mission, if you see places that you haven't checked before, try to look out for hidden things, all the wardrobes and even underground passages. Check every corner, every box. They can always contain some very good stuff that you can later on sell it for good profit. Or in many cases, like my run, I found freedom gear. I have found mercenary gear hidden around, and I also found bandit trench coats, heavy armor trench coats. Then even if you're not using it, you can sell them for very good money. So yeah, it's definitely worth checking a lot of the stashes around the map. Always keep an eye also for some PDAs that you can find, sometimes even in the safe zones. They can take you to some stashes, that will actually help you along the way. So always keep a good eye for equipment, and also for hidden places in the map. You're always gonna find very good stuff. So yeah, that's very simple but very effective. And the last tip is very important as well. Always keep your equipment repaired. That's extremely important in order for you to survive the zone, because it's not very uncommon for you to have your weapon jammed right out when you're facing enemies. You're gonna get in trouble, you know especially if your weapon is already in a yellow condition. Trust me, it's gonna jam, and it's gonna jam a lot, and that's gonna cause you a lot of headaches. So yeah, always keep an eye on that. It's very important to keep everything repaired. And I know that the repair cost in the game is very high, right? Even after the patch, they have diminished the cost, but still it is very high to repair your stuff. But unfortunately, that's how it goes. You know, that's the way it is in the zone. You're gonna have to sell a lot of stuff that you're not using, like ammo or beer or water or even some food. You know, because there's always easy to find food in the map, so we can also sell that for profit. So yeah, it's very important to use as much of your coupons to repair your gear, and of course upgrade it when you have enough and you have a lot of leftover money. So yeah, upgrade definitely your weapons. It's gonna give you a much smoother gameplay. But even more than upgrading is keeping everything repaired. Because, for example, you can have your protection, you know, your gear, maybe in a yellow condition, you know, it's gonna cause you to take more damage from hits and even absorb more radiation or even more chemical or electrical or whatever type of resistance that you have. It's gonna be lowered, but it's gonna protect you. So yeah, that's something that you have to consider. But if your weapons are in a bad condition, man, you're toast. There's basically no way for you to get around it because you always gonna rely on your firearms to, you know, to defend yourself. You can't count on your knife. Your knife basically does ridiculous low damage, and you have to get real close to your attackers. And if you're gonna get in a knife fight against a bloodsucker, trust me, you're not gonna win. You have no chance of winning that. So yeah, man. And if you're gonna go against other stalkers, they're always in big groups, and they are always very well equipped with firearms. So yeah, you have little chance of doing a knife fight. So man, always keep your firearms very well repaired. It's very important. You know, every time you go to your safe zones, sell everything that you can. Get as much out of your bags as well, so you can travel lighter later on. But also make you some a good amount of coupons. Do your side quests, and yeah, use that money especially to keep everything repaired. Mainly of course, the weapons that you're gonna carry. You don't have to repair every single piece of equipment that you carry, or every single arm that you're not gonna use it in the moment. So, but yeah, at least three of your primary weapons should always be, you know, repaired as much as possible, in your sidearms as well. So yeah, that's very important, and it's gonna save you from very sticky situations, because in this game, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of difficult situations that you're not gonna want to have your firearms failing you. So yeah, so that's it, stalkers. Thank you for tuning in, and yeah, stay updated. I'm gonna keep bringing more tips and much more information about Stalker 2, and also some gameplays. And yeah, let's keep going. You know, this is a small project. Of course, I still want to build more and grow this channel and build a small community if possible. So yeah, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like, and see you next time. Good hunting, stalkers.